a Volume 2, and at some point we'll ultimately put out a completely revised Volume 1 with missing set lists and all new pictures and the whole 9 yards.
Right. So I've got a question from my good friend Joe for you guys, and he went to one of the shows on the Creatures tour where they played a little bit of I Was Made for Loving You, abandoned it and went into Give Me More. You read about it in Kiss Alive Forever. How did you guys find out those sorts of freaking details about shows?
Well, that's a good question, and it came from absolutely everywhere. Right from the beginning, before I even met Kurt, this was an online grassroots just discussion. And so many people, such as yourselves, participated very willingly. In fact, I always look at Kiss Alive Forever as your book, because you all contributed to this, and the Road Crews book, because it never would have happened without them. And so all of these little bits of information would filter in from somebody who attended, some show in Louisville, Kentucky in April 1974 with their older brother, and hey, I remember this. And that's what we really wanted Kiss Alive Forever to be, not just a recitation of dry facts. I mean, that's cool enough, but wanted to kind of come alive with stories of people, who were there. Because there are all those little strange things that happened along the way. And I think that, for me anyway, that's what made this book seem so organic and kind of come alive and make you feel like you were, hopefully kind of really there.
Is there any kind of one show in Kiss Alive Forever that just blows your mind that yes, Kiss actually did that live in concert?
I mean, a song?
A song, something during the performance other than Ace falling over, anything.
Yeah, to me, it's more of a concert. And those of you familiar with the book, everybody should know that Ron Johnson is a guy who produced Wicked Lester, for Paul and Gene, and worked with them a little bit before Kiss. And in May of 1973, he booked them for a charity gig to support a local library in Palisades, New York, which is right on the New Jersey border. And it's a quiet little, beautiful little town with some really rich people that lived there. And Kurt and I visited the place, and just the stories that people who were there told. I mean, you imagine these retired people, 75 years old, loaded with cash, and this is an event to support the local library. And here comes Kiss on stage, and the lady who actually booked the gig, he said, yeah, Paul Stanley got up there and was, yelling at the old lady. He's like, shake it, baby, shake it. And here are all these 75-year-olds out on this little dance floor in this smaller room, maybe literally one half the size of that wall over there. And that, to me, I'm just thinking, how the heck did that happen? How would you like to be at that show?
Kurt, what about you?
Yeah, the Palisades show was definitely one of the rarest things that we had to research. It took us quite a while to find anything on that. We had very little to go on.
Tell me about the posters.
Oh, yeah. Now, just imagine this, if you will. I'm sure all of you out there are Kiss collectors to some extent. Some of you guys know there's Kiss concert posters. We walked into this library in 2001, and lo and behold, they still had multiple copies of 1973 Kiss concert posters that they just basically gave us for $20 a piece, thinking they were ripping us off. And I mean, we just couldn't believe that we found that. I mean, these things go for thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And they were just sitting there, completely untouched for decades.
Yeah, she had walked, and we'd asked her, this was the library that was the benefactors of this charity event. And we asked her if she knew anything about it. And she said, yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. And she said, just a minute. And she walked back, and she came back after about 2 or 3 minutes with this box. And she opened it up, and there are these handbills. They're about the size of a record album.
Yeah.
And they hadn't been touched in, at that point, about 30 years. And Kurt and I said, can we buy those from you? And she says, no, I'm sorry, we don't sell things, but I'll give them to you if you'd like to donate a fee to the library. Yes.
All right, here's the last thing. You brought something very special for the fans today, Kurt. Do you want to give a quick overview, and then we'll bring in the screen so everyone can get a little peek at something special?
Absolutely. I work in a special industry called the clip licensing industry, where we buy and sell footage. And in particular, I work for a company that sells pop culture footage, so lots of 60s, 70s, and 80s TV shows, bands, anything like that, they own or represent. including lots and lots of Kiss footage. Well, I was working for them, and we found out quite ahead of time that Kiss were going to be making an official documentary movie. Some of you might have heard about it, called You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. They actually completed the whole movie, and then at the last hour it got scrapped. This is about 4 or 5 years ago. And the film never got released, but for about 6 months my boss cleared me to travel the world and literally find all Kiss masters that I could unearth and uncover, because we knew we could sell it to the movie. So you talk about a dream job, getting paid to go anywhere you wanted and track down as many Kiss masters as you could find. In 6 months, I wound up unearthing 4.5 hours of never before seen footage dating all the way back to 1968, which is the earliest known footage of a Kiss member, which is Peter playing with the Barracudas, all the way up to Lick It Up. And today we're going to show you about a half-hour highlight reel, which we call the Kiss Alive Forever promo film. And I really think if you guys are into Kiss, which obviously if you're here you must be, this is a real treat. This is not something you've ever seen on bootlegs. This is not something that's been circulated. This is not on YouTube. This is completely unreleased, never before seen footage.
This is so rare. I have not seen it.
That's true.
Yeah, and the money shot is Kiss in Las Vegas at the Sahara Hotel, May 29th, 1975, on a stage about like this, in a room about like this.
Yes, and the other money shot, if you will, is in 1980. I'm sure most of you are aware. Eric Carr came into the band, played his first show at a place in New York called the Palladium. There's been rumors for years and years the show was professionally videotaped. Sadly, it was not, but I was able to unearth 12 minutes of HD film footage from the show, and it looks incredible. And we're going to show some of that to you today, so you get to see Eric Carr's first show from the Palladium, along with Gene's acting audition from 1981 with no makeup. That's just absolutely embarrassingly bad. You can't imagine how bad this is. And we've got footage going back to February 74 up to February 83 in this film, so I think you guys will really, really get a kick out of it.
So let's roll this stuff, right?
Yeah, they're going to bring out, you'll have to give us a couple of minutes. They're going to set up the screen, and then we're going to bring the lights down, and then we'll lower it. Afterwards, Jeff and I will be back in the corner. Please come pick up a copy of Kiss Alive Forever 2018 if you have it or if you want it. We have literally 40 books left out of 1,000 copies that were made. We sold most of them through Pledge Music, as some of you might know, for the past few months, and today is what's left.
And we're going to be showing on a loop our 30-minute film back at the booth. So if there's anything that you want to check out again after we show it, stop by. We're going to be running it all day long back in the corner over there. And I want to take just a quick moment, one, to thank Mr. Julian Gill for jumping up on stage and doing this Q&A. Julian is a mensch. He has done the Kiss FAQ for 22 years. The guy is absolutely